This is the Cholo News Report for Monday 29 July 2019. An airstrike kills 5 doctors in a hospital, in the southern outskirts of Libya's capital Tripoli. A warplane belonging to Khalifa Haftar, the rogue general who commands the Libyan National Army, carried out the attack, the health ministry's spokesman added. The fighting has remained deadlocked on the outskirts of the capital, with both sides resorting to airstrikes, news agency AFP reports. Saturday's bombing also wounded 7 people, including some rescuers, Lamin al-Hashim, the spokesman from the health ministry, said. During conflicts in the state of Amapá in northern Brazil, armed miners invade a native reserve and stab to death an indigenous man. Mr. Bolsonaro says the indigenous territories are too big given the number of people living there, and critics accuse him of encouraging illegal mining and invasions of reserves. Mr. Bolsonaro, who took office in January, has promised to integrate indigenous people into the rest of the population, and questioned the existence of their protected territories, which are rights guaranteed in the country's constitution. The president has also criticized the Environmental Protection Agency, IBAMA, and accused the National Space Institute, INP, of lying about the scale of deforestation in the Amazon. A gunman opens fire at the Gilroy Garlic Festival in Gilroy, California, killing 3 people and wounding at least 12 others. Police Chief Scott Smithy said the gunman cut through a perimeter fence to avoid metal detectors and gain access to the festival. The barrage of shots that rang out in the final hour of the 3-day festival sent attendees diving to the ground, crawling under tables, screaming in fear, and sprinting for safety. Another video posted to social media showed a blooded shooting victim, lying in the back of a white pickup truck, bleeding from his arm and waist. Smithy said witnesses told authorities at least one other person may have been involved in the shooting, but there was no confirmation of that, or the role he or she might have played. Tens of thousands of protesters, demanding the resignation of Burkina Chief Executive of Hong Kong Carrie Lam, take over the streets in Saigon and Causeway Bay, near China's Hong Kong liaison office, despite an official police ban on protests near the Chinese government building. It is ranked as one of the safest cities in the world, but recent protests have been followed by violent clashes between demonstrators, police and masked men, wielding sticks suspected of being criminal gang members. Tensions increased further last Sunday, when suspected triad members descended on a subway station in Yuen-Long, beating protesters, passers-by and journalists with sticks. Last week China's Defense Ministry's spokesman condemned protesters who had vandalized the government's offices, and said there were clear stipulations in the law allowing Hong Kong's leaders to ask the army for help.